Anyway, so you're originally Welsh.
Yeah.
Okay. And you grew up as Welsh as your first language?
Till a very early age when I went to school.
And how old was that?
About 4 coming 5.
4 or 5 years old? Okay. And then you had to learn English?
Well, yes, they didn't speak Welsh at school, so I had to learn English or starve.
Were you born in a different country?
Born in Wales, yeah.
Oh, you were born in Wales. Okay. So but you moved to England and had to speak English, or were they speaking English?
They sent me away from Wales. They had enough of me by the time I was 4, so they sent me to England to school.
Okay, so
it was a boarding school.
So they sent you. Okay, they sent you into a place where you had to speak English.
Yes.
Okay. And here we are now, a number of years later, and you would like to learn Welsh?
To relearn Welsh, yes.
Relearn Welsh, okay. And you seem to have some difficulty doing that.
I've tried a number of times, 3 or 4 times, very strongly, and failed miserably each time.
And as I understand it, you've also attempted to learn French, and that doesn't seem to be a problem.
No, I went on a crash French course with the civil service. That's a British civil service. And I had no trouble at all in learning French.
Okay.
It was needed for my work.
Yeah. You and I discussed this on the phone. I'm just kind of going over it here so we have a background for us. So what happened when you, and so your goal in sitting here is to somehow, if you can, get to the point where learning Welsh would be as easy as learning French.
I got 11 hours on the plane going home, so I'll be a fluent Welsh speaker by the time I get off the plane.
Do you think that's possible, 11 hours to be a fluent Welsh speaker?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I might be able to understand it in that time, or at least.
Okay. So what happens when you try to learn Welsh?
Well, I fail. We've already said that.
Well,
I
first
can't
of all,
remember it long enough, I think is probably the answer.
Right. How do you know you failed?
Because I don't end up speaking Welsh.
Because you end up speaking Welsh.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear Welsh? And can you understand? You can understand Welsh?
Not really. No.
Not really. Okay.
The odd word, but not.
Okay. All right. So you try to learn it. I need to get some input here. When I try to learn something, like let's say I'm going to try to learn math. Okay. I will read the textbook, and then they will give me a certain theory, and then they'll give me some problems, and I'll work on that, and I'll stub my toe, and eventually I get it, and okay, now I've learned that part of math, and I go to the next part and the next part, and so I've learned that. Okay. And so what happens with you when you start to learn Welsh? Do you just try at a given lesson, so to speak, and it just doesn't land?
Yeah, effectively. I can learn a vocabulary for a short period of time, and within a day or two it's gone completely.
Oh, it's gone completely.
And then if you try the other side of learning a language, which is the grammatical side, Welsh grammar is very difficult. Well, it's not difficult, it's very different than English grammar. I just can't understand it.
Oh, okay.
But perhaps when I was 4 I couldn't understand it either.
Okay. Well, but French is also quite different in its construction and its vocabulary.
No.
Isn't it?
Completely in its vocabulary, but not in construction. It's almost the same construction as English.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Shows you what I
have a French speaker over there. Is that true? Except for putting the adjectives in the wrong place.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, I didn't know that, so I just learned something new. So you and I had a discussion like this on the telephone when you were in England before you came over here. Yeah. And as I recalled it, I said something about there must be some penalty. There's some emotional thing stuck in there. There's some pain, some penalty, something for it, because it doesn't have anything to do with your intelligence, because you can learn some other language and
yeah, well, that was the point. That was the point.
Yeah. Okay. So there's apparently some emotional thing, and while we've had this workshop here, you have from time to time addressed that, and I think that I want to use your words in a second, but let me tell you what I understood you to say. You say you'll get so far, you'll get right up to some point in a specific event we might be working on.
Running a film.
Yeah, in running your movie of a specific event.
Somebody presses freeze frame.
Yeah, and so you go right there and there's no more film. No more film. No. Now, that would be indicative to me that there's some rather intense emotional issue. Okay? Have you been, from what you've done in the workshop so far, have you been able to identify that?
No.
You haven't? Not at all?
Not at all. When we're doing borrowing benefits, I've been able to disassociate when I'm watching somebody else. but then I can easily work it back up again. I can easily associate with
No, say that again. You've been able to...
If I run the film from the start of it, which isn't particularly emotional, in fact it is, listen to my voice, but then the film stops, but that's me in the film, it's happening to me.
Oh, okay.
And then after borrowing benefits, I can run the same film again, and that isn't me anymore. I'm just watching this film happening.
So you're not in the movie anymore. Okay, you are dissociated watching the movie.
Still seems to stop about the same time.
Okay, but that seems, at least in my experience, that's evidence of some movement in this direction, some positive movement. Okay, but it's not what you want.
Well, I'd like to see the rest of the film, please.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if we're going to be able to have you, from one session here, all of a sudden learn Welsh. But I'm quite interested in what's on the other side of that freeze frame. Okay, whether or not what is on the other side is in the way of you learning Welsh, I don't know. Well, let's see. That's a new one to me. I've never run across a freeze frame. You can't, you know, that's new. I have no idea where to start with something I've never done before. I've never dealt with anybody who had difficulty learning a language, and I've never even heard of this freeze frame thing. Okay. But somehow there seems to be a resistance to seeing that next frame. Okay. Now the movie you were running, I mean the movie, you know, has some things happening in it, and all of a sudden the movie stops. Talk about the movie. Tell me what the movie. Are you okay talking about the movie? Yeah. I mean you're clean on that. You already have a 0 and all that kind of stuff. Tell me up to that point.
I have a 0 on it when I think about it.
Okay. Well, start talking
about it. It starts to go up. Oh, not a lot. You hear it in my voice. It's a 1 or a 2.
Let's do something first, if we can, before we do anything else. Let's just do some very general rounds. Okay. Right here. Even though I have this thing I can't identify.
Even though I have this thing I cannot identify.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Deeply and completely accept myself.
And whatever it is.
And whatever it is.
I hope I can accept that.
I hope I can accept that.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
It may be very painful.
It may be very painful.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay. And even though I don't even know what it is.
And even though I don't even know what it is.
I want to honor my memory.
I want to honor my memory.
For not letting me know for now.
For not letting me know for now.
It probably has a reason.
It probably has a reason.
And I love it for that reason.
And I love it for that reason.
And for its intention.
And for its intention.
Love it 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 for its intention.
Can't find that memory.
Can't find that memory.
Memory isn't really there.
Memory isn't really there.
At least it's hidden behind something.
At least it's hidden behind something.
It's probably there.
It's probably there.
I'm sure it's there.
I'm sure it's there.
It just doesn't want to show up right now.
It just doesn't want to show up all right.
Or maybe I don't want it to show up right now.
Maybe I don't want it to show up all right.
Maybe I never wanted to show up.
Maybe I never wanted to show up.
Who wants to learn Welsh anyway?
Who wants to learn Welsh anyway? I do. Yeah?
Okay. Well, maybe I'll have a choice coming up.
Maybe I'll have a choice coming up.
My choice.
My choice.
Okay. How are you right now overall? You're a 0?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Any problem telling the story as far as you can get to that frame? All right. Tell
no
the story.
problem at all. Okay. Well, couldn't have been much more than, well, not more than 5 anyway, probably less than 5. And I was at school. I got a specific room at school. It was the master's study.
Are you still a 0?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, half, you know. The master's study, there's one master in there with me.
I want to stop you a second. I have this little thermometer that goes up. Yeah. I'm getting a 4. That's okay.
Probably not. Well, maybe.
All right. Okay, I'm just checking it out.
It's worse than it was. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. One master with me. I can see the room clearly. I'm associated. I can smell the room. It's full of smoke. Awful.
Smoke. Okay.
Cigarette smoke. And the master's shouting at me.
The master. Okay. This is like the principal, huh? All right. Well, do we call it the head of the school?
One of the other masters.
Okay, I don't know what a master is.
This is sorry, a teacher.
A teacher. Oh, a teacher.
That's
a teacher. That's not the principal. We call it the principal.
Yeah.
It's a teacher. They're called a master. Okay. So maybe I was closer to right at 4 than we thought, huh? What do you figure this is? An 8, 10, 7?
Yeah, 8, 9.
Okay. All right. Even though I have this emotion right now.
Even though I have this emotion right now.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Whatever it had to do with that master.
Whatever it had to do with that master.
I'll have to address when the time comes.
I'll have to address when the time comes.
And the time may be coming.
And the time may be coming.
Okay, the time may be coming.
The time may be coming.
Something about that master.
Something about that master.
Something about that story.
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 As I mentioned the master to you, what number do you get to?
0.
You're 0 at the moment? Mm-hmm. Okay. What was it about the master that caused the intensity?
It was the shouting.
Shouting. It was the shouting. Okay. And what did he say? Was he?
He.
What did he say?
I couldn't understand him.
You couldn't understand him because he was speaking in Welsh?
English.
Oh, in English. And you spoke only Welsh? Okay. All right. Hang in here with me, okay? Okay. And you're 4 or 5 years old?
No more than 5.
Okay, here I am 5 years old.
Here I am 5 years old.
In a strange circumstance.
In a strange circumstance.
I'm not even at home.
I'm not even at home.
That's true, right?
True, yeah.
Okay. I'm not even at home.
I'm not even at home.
And here's this big adult.
Here's this big adult.
Shouting at me.
Shouting at me.
Does he know you can't speak English?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Shouting at me in English.
In English.
And what's a 5-year-old to think?
And what's a 5-year-old to think?
What did a 5-year-old think?
I shouted back at him.
Oh, you shouted back at him. Okay. And what did you say? You said it in Welsh, no doubt.
I said it in Welsh.
Yeah, okay.
I said
you were good at Welsh at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Niclath. No milk.
No milk. And what does that have to do with it? Never mind.
I don't know.
Okay. Even though I said no milk.
Even though I said no milk.
And shouted back at him.
And shouted back at him.
Which was the best thing I could do at age 4 or 5.
Which is the best thing I could do.
The only thing I could think of at age 4 or 5.
The only thing I could think of at age 4
Didn't
or 5.
have that many resources at age 4 or 5.
Didn't have that many resources.
Who does?
Who does?
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Niclath, is that the right?
Yeah, Niclath.
Well, okay. He deserved Niclath.
He deserved Niclath.
Deserved Niclath.
Deserved Niclath.
It was the best I could do.
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 It may not have been effective.
It may not have been effective.
Was it effective?
No, it just kept on shouting.
Yeah. Okay. Niclath.
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 And it means no milk.
Yeah.
So there you are at age 4 or 5. And the only thing you could respond with was no milk in Welsh. Mm-hmm. Okay? And you're not sure even why you said that. It's just what showed up.
It could mean I won't have milk. But it could also mean I haven't got any milk. It depends on the intonation.
Okay, and what would that mean?
What would what mean?
That I haven't got any milk.
Well, perhaps I wanted milk.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have any.
Okay.
Then why I would go to the master's student study to get it, I don't know.
Okay.
Or it could have mean that I wouldn't take milk. I wouldn't drink milk.
Okay. Is a stubborn response or something like that, or?
Oh yeah, knowing me.
Knowing you? Okay. All right. So you were being a little bit defiant at the moment?
Oh, yeah.
Very defiant.
Very.
Did he scare you? With his English yelling at you?
No.
He didn't scare you? Oh, okay. I'm curious why the tears would be if he didn't scare you or give you some fear.
Oh, I think he gave me some fear, but I wasn't afraid of him.
What were you afraid of?
I was afraid of the situation.
Of the situation. Other students around?
No, nobody around.
No other students
around. No.
Well, what about the situation may have been fearful?
Not knowing what he wanted, I think.
Oh, okay.
But it's not fearful. It was more exasperation of not being able to tell him what I wanted.
Yeah. Okay. Not being able to tell him what you wanted. Mm-hmm. Okay. And you have no idea what he was saying?
No idea at all.
Okay, so this conversation, this conversation was him yelling at you, you saying no milk, him yelling back, and how long did this thing go on?
Not really any idea. A reasonable time. It wasn't just once or twice.
Well, I mean,
5-10 minutes perhaps.
Oh, that long?
That long, yeah.
You're yelling at each other 5 or 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
I would think after that's a long time. I would think.
Well, I was only very little.
yeah, I know, but
I don't know
I would.
how long it was really.
Yeah.
It seemed to be quite a long time. It wasn't a short conversation.
I would think he would get it pretty quickly if you were responding back in some other language. In fact, he knew you didn't.
He knew I didn't speak English. I perhaps spoke a little English by that time.
What might have been his motivation for yelling at you or shouting at you?
He was like that. He shouted at everybody.
Oh, okay. And when you were in that circumstance, as well as you can remember it, what might that have reminded you of from earlier times?
Nothing, I don't think. I had a very easy time at home.
Okay. You don't remember a similar frustrating event?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I had a nanny who did everything for me. I was never frustrated.
Yeah. I'm trying to put myself in that circumstance, and I probably would have been about as defiant as you are. I don't think I'd have said no milk.
I think that's all I said.
I don't know what I would have said. But I could have had some fear. Like this is a big adult, and not only that, in your case, you're away from home. They have all the authority. I know it's a long time ago. Are you aware of any of this going through your mind?
Any of what?
They have all the authority.
Oh.
Where you're going to eat, sleep, drink, your whole life is dependent upon what somebody else is going to decide.
I don't think that worries me.
You don't think so? Okay. All right. All right. All right. How are you now? Here, do this for me. Well, yeah. First, guess for me, if you were to close your eyes and vividly imagine this argument, this shouting match, what number do you think you'd be at?
Oh, 5 or 6.
You think you would be?
A lot lower, yeah.
Oh, okay. Even though I'd be at a 5 or 6?
Even though I'd be at a 5 or 6.
And I'd have all these emotions.
And not have all these emotions.
Regarding the master.
Regarding the master.
And that circumstance.
Under that circumstance.
I deeply, completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
And I'm trying to understand the master.
And I'm trying to understand the master.
He was just that way, apparently.
He was just that way.
It was his issue.
It was his issue.
I know that now as an adult.
I know that now as an adult.
True statement?
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
I think I knew it then, actually.
Okay,
soon
okay.
afterwards.
Well, I may have known it then. Okay.
I known it then.
But somehow, even though I knew it,
somehow, even though I knew it,
I still had all these emotions.
I still had all these emotions.
And I still have them.
And I still have them.
Yeah. Something about that was important to me.
Something about that was important to me.
Or devastating to me.
Or devastating to me.
Okay. Something about that.
Something about that.
Something about that.
Something about that.
Recounting that event.
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 Guess again for me. Do you think you'd still be at a 5 or 6?
No, down again. 2 perhaps.
Okay. Are you comfortable now closing your eyes and vividly imagining to see what the number really is?
Yeah.
Okay. The moment you get intense, so you stop. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, it's less than 5 or 6.
Okay, well, estimate, guess on that.
1 or 2 or even, or less than 1 perhaps even.
Less than 1?
There's not much there at all, actually.
Well, just to be a little thorough, why don't you close your eyes and this time vividly imagine everything and try to get yourself upset about it.
Yeah, quite happy about it.
Okay. So that little piece of the story doesn't seem to have intensity for the moment. All right, continue on with the story. I mean, there you were, and then you're
yeah, so I know what happened now.
Oh, now you know what happened? A memory came up? Is this the freeze frame? Oh, it is. Okay. Here, stay with me. Okay, even though I now know the freeze frame. Just listen to me. I deeply and completely accept myself. Whatever it is, however scary it is, however guilty it is, however traumatic it is, it's a yesterday thing. A yesterday thing. A yesterday thing.
A yesterday thing.
All those emotions.
All those emotions.
That thing.
That thing.
That thing.
That thing.
That thing. That thing. That thing. Okay. Okay, you're still. Give me your best number, okay? Is 10?
No, it's less than that. It's between 8 and 10. It's moving around actually.
Okay.
I think I've got different bits of it.
Okay, good. Well, we'll just do some other little things here. Do you have a clear picture of it, or could you make a clear picture of it?
Yeah, I think I can make a clear picture of it now.
Okay. Listen to this instruction carefully, okay? In a moment, I might, I don't know yet, I might ask you to narrate what's behind this freeze frame in great detail. What I'd like to know from you is, just with that prospect of starting to narrate it, what 0 to 10 scale you get to?
Quite low, 3, 4.
Oh, 3 or 4? Okay. Well, all right. Even though I still have some intensity about narrating the story.
Even though I still have some intensity about narrating the story.
It's probably good to have some intensity at this point.
It's probably good to have some intensity at this point.
I mean, after all, I can't just vanish like that.
After all, it can't just vanish like that.
It's been in my way for a long time.
It's been in my way for a long time.
I just now shook hands with it.
I've just not shook hands with it.
I mean, that's kind of an English phrase, American English phrase.
Yeah,
Okay. Remaining problem narrating that story.
Remaining problem narrating that story.
Remaining problem narrating the story.
Remaining problem narrating that story.
Keep going.
Remaining problem narrating that story. Remaining problem narrating that story.
Guess again for me. What number do you think it was?
1 or 2.
1 or 2. All right.
I seem to think now the story seems funny now, but no, it shouldn't have been.
All right. Well, that's a judgment. It should or shouldn't be. Your intensity right now is more than a 1 or 2, is it not?
It's just gone up again.
Yeah, okay. Are you tuned into something new about it? Or you
Probably.
just thought you were okay for a moment?
I think I've tuned into the next bit of it, actually.
Okay, even though I have a problem with this next bit.
Even though I have problems with this next bit.
And it's just as far in the past as anything else.
It's just as far in the past as anything else.
Including falling off a bicycle.
Including falling off a bicycle.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Deeply and completely accept myself.
I was only 5.
I was only 5.
Is this true in this?
Yeah.
Okay, I was only 5. Okay. I was only 5.
I was only 5.
Remaining problem here.
Remaining problem.
Remaining problem here. Remaining problem here. Remaining intensity.
Remaining intensity.
Remaining intensity.
Remaining intensity.
Remaining
Remaining
intensity.
intensity.
Okay. How you doing now about it?
Yeah, back down to 2 or 3 again.
Let me tell you what I see in my mind's eye, okay? The 2 or 3, at least for my thermometers, and I have several thermometers going on at this point, is probably accurate. I see roughly a 2 or 3, but I see some other ones behind it.
So do I.
Okay. Oh, do you? Okay. I mean, I see like 2 or 3 other ones, and they're up there. They're towers.
Well, there's one specific one, I think.
Okay. Even though we have that one specific one.
Even though we have that one specific
And we haven't
one.
even addressed it yet.
And we haven't even addressed it yet.
At least not consciously, or at least not verbally.
At least not verbally.
I know what it is.
I know what it is.
This is true?
Oh, yeah.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I'm going to have to accept myself.
I'm going to have to accept myself.
If I don't, there's great penalties to pay.
If I don't, there's great penalties to pay.
I may never be able to speak Welsh again.
Oh, I may never be able to speak Welsh again.
And that's a penalty for me.
That's a penalty. Okay, that's a penalty for me.
Getting beyond that big one.
Getting beyond that big one.
Getting beyond that big
Getting
one.
beyond that big one.
Getting beyond that big one.
Beyond that big one.
Getting beyond that big one. Getting beyond that big one.
Getting beyond
Getting beyond that big one. Getting beyond that big one. Getting beyond that big one. Okay, what number do you give the big one?
Yeah, it went up just when he said getting beyond that big one. 5 or 6, I think. It's a silly one, actually. It's not
Okay.
serious. The first one's far more serious.
Okay, even though I'm bothered by that silly one,
Even though I'm bothered by that silly one.
And not bothered by the serious one.
I'm not bothered by the serious one.
Maybe I'm just defective.
Maybe I'm just defective.
Okay.
Writing on my wall.
But that's okay. I can be bothered by silly things.
I can be bothered by silly things.
There are probably people bothered by sillier things still.
There are probably people bothered by sillier things.
And I'm glad I can at least call it silly.
And I'm glad I can at least call it
Even
silly.
though it gets to me.
Even though it gets to me.
It still gets to me.
It still gets to me.
It's silly, but it still gets to me.
It's silly, but it still gets to me.
It's silly, but it still gets to me.
It's
silly, but it still
still
gets
gets to me.
Again.
It's silly, but it still gets to me. It's silly, but it still gets to me. It's silly, but it still gets to me. It's silly, but it still gets to me.
Okay. The silly one, the big one, the silly one. Does that bother you when I say that?
No.
Is there anything else that you see, like with my thermometers? You saw there was one big one there. Mm-hmm. What number is that one?
The big one's 0.
Oh, it's 0. Okay. Are there any of them that are up there at all?
The silly one's still around there. I'm applying logic to it now, you see, that's the problem. It's still 2 or 3 perhaps.
Okay, the same one you called 0.
It should be 0.
Or the same one you called 0 a minute. It should be 0 because it's too silly?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's 2 or 3.
Yeah,
whereas the big one's it's a genuine 0.
The big one is a...
The big one's a 0. The silly one...
The serious one is a 0.
Talk about this.
Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, we will in a second. But the serious one is a 0.
The serious one
silliest one is a 2 or 3.
2 or 3, yeah, okay. But I still think it should be a 0. You know.
Yeah, well, see that...
I'm applying logic, which is...
Yeah, yeah, that's your logic. And there's all kinds of things we can logically say shouldn't be, but we respond differently emotionally. And when you're 5 years old, you take on all kinds of things. We all do. We got all kinds of stuff built up from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got a whole, pile full of stuff, so... how comfortable are you now telling the story, including the serious and the silly?
Yeah, I think we'll have a go.
Okay.
I think I want to get it over with so we know what they both are and then we can get on.
Well, okay. I'm just trying to sneak up on this thing. I'm trying to be as thorough as I can before we get to it. Okay? Now, I could be wrong here. My thermometer tells me we've got a bump or 2 along the way. I don't know that. We'll just give this a shot, okay? But the instructions need to be start telling the story, and the moment any intention, you've got to stop right there, because that's our opportunity. That's our opportunity to do something, okay? You know that from being a veteran at this anyway, but I'm telling that for you and for the people watching this and so on. This is an opportunity. So. All right, so go ahead, start telling the story. And the moment we have any intensity, we stop right there.
Well, we're having this argument, if it could be called an argument under the circumstances, in 2 different languages, and he hit me.
He hit you? Stop you. Where did he hit you? Right here? Ah, okay. Okay. Even though he hit me?
Even though he hit me.
How inappropriate?
How inappropriate.
For an adult?
For an adult.
To hit a little kid?
To hit a little kid.
Who doesn't even speak the right English, or the right language?
He doesn't even speak the right language.
I mean, how terribly inappropriate.
How terribly inappropriate.
He must have problems.
He must have problems.
I took it on as my problem.
I took it on as my problem.
But as an adult?
But as an adult.
It had to be his problem.
It had to be his problem.
Am I speaking the truth, the logic truth?
Yeah.
Okay, he hit me.
He hit me.
He hit me. He hit me. Hit me hard.
Hit me hard.
For hard?
Yeah.
Hit me hard. Hit me hard. Hit me hard. Hit you right here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you did that. Okay, but it was right here.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was with his left hand or with his right hand?
It must have been with his right hand because he was right-handed.
Okay, so you think he went like that?
I think he went like that.
Okay, now when I do that, what kind of a number do you get to? You get to nothing?
Not now, I did the first time.
Well, you flinched a second, okay. Even though I flinched.
Even though I flinched.
And have some reaction to that hand.
And have some reaction to that.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
It was his hand.
It was his hand.
An inappropriate hand.
An inappropriate hand.
Apparently he doesn't know how to behave around 5-year-olds.
Apparently he doesn't know how to act and behave.
He didn't have the skills he needed.
He didn't have the skills he needed.
I wonder why he's even a master at a school.
I wonder why he's even a master at a school.
Maybe, because I'm going to stop a second. In some schools, I've never been to one of these schools, but my perception is in some schools, they are taught the teachers are taught very high, rigorous discipline. This can be the case, if I understand it correctly, in a school run by nuns, for example. I hear stories where the nuns have been very severe, and both emotionally and physically.
Yeah, there were nuns in our school, but it was the masters who were in charge, and they were just as severe.
Okay, so might it be likely that that is how they thought they were supposed to do their job?
Probably, yeah.
We don't know that.
That was his way.
Okay.
That was quite common in school.
All right. That was just his way.
That was just his way.
It was one of his resources.
It was one of his resources.
Perhaps he was doing the best he can.
Perhaps he was doing the best he can.
However unresourceful that may be.
However unresourceful that may be.
And however traumatic it was to me.
And however traumatic it was for me.
Maybe he just didn't get it.
Maybe he just didn't get it.
Maybe he understood that's just how you're supposed to do it.
Maybe he understood that was just how he...
He may have thought he was doing you good.
He may have thought he was doing me good.
Okay. Possibly true?
Probably true.
Okay. All right. Remaining hit me with his hand.
Remaining hit me with his hand.
Remaining hit me with his
Remaining
hand.
hit me with his hand.
Remaining hit me with his hand.
Remaining hit me with his hand.
Again.
Remaining hit me with his hand.
Okay. Okay. Like this?
Is that right?
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Just testing. Were you a 0 on that?
Yeah.
You didn't spike at anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Tell the story.
So I hit him back.
You're hitting back. Now, is that the silly part or the serious part?
That's the silly part.
That's the silly part. Okay, now what is that emotion about? Is that a good emotion or a bad emotion?
It's a bad emotion.
It's a bad, okay. Is there guilt in that? Like you shouldn't hit him? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we'll just move on. Who says you shouldn't hit him?
The writing on the wall.
All right, but who put the writing there?
My father, probably.
Your father. Something like you don't hit adults, or you always be peaceful, or what might it have been?
Be peaceful. There's some people you don't hit.
Some people you don't hit. Like you wouldn't hit a priest, for example.
Or a girl.
Or a girl. Okay.
Somebody in authority.
Somebody in authority. You wouldn't hit somebody in authority, like a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or a parent.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't hit them. They can hit you,
Yeah.
but you can't hit them. But you did.
Yeah.
But you did.
That time I did. Yeah.
Okay. So you violated your father's rules? You violated the writing on your walls?
So there was another time, it's okay, I shifted, I'm all right.
I didn't hear the words.
There was another time I shifted onto it, but it's all right.
You shifted from this to another one? Okay.
It's a completely different one, it's...
Okay. All right. Well, we'll work with this. We'll work with this one for the moment. Okay. Even though I hit the master,
Even though I hit the master,
and I was just as inappropriate as he was.
and I was just as inappropriate as he was.
We were just having this inappropriate time.
We were just having this inappropriate time.
About how old was he?
Oh, he was very old. He was probably 30 or 40.
Oh, very old, yes.
I was only little.
I'm 5 and he's 35.
Well, he's an ex-army officer, so he must have been quite old.
Oh, an ex-army officer. Okay. I'm 5 and he's 35.
Yeah,
David and Goliath.
that's it.
Okay. And I chose to be David
I chose to be David.
and violated the writings on my walls.
Violated the writings on my walls.
My father told me not to,
My father told me not to,
and I knew better,
and I knew better.
but I was a belligerent little kid,
But I was a belligerent little kid.
and I'm not about to have that master inappropriately hit me.
And I'm not about to have that master inappropriate.
Where did you hit him?
Pretty low down.
Pretty low down. Was it well aimed? Was it purposeful?
I'd like to think so, but I don't think it was, actually.
Did you hit the spot?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I tried to, actually.
Oh, okay.
This is the freeze frame almost. It was just a blind fury.
That you had at the moment. Even though I had that blind fury.
I had that blind fury.
Really blind fury.
Really blind.
I was mad.
I was mad.
I don't even have a word for how mad I was.
Madder than that, yeah.
Yeah.
A word for how mad I was.
And I'm still mad.
Yeah.
Well, go along.
Okay, still mad. I stayed mad for a while, I think.
You're not mad now?
Not mad at this instant and in my life as an adult now.
Okay, but you were mad then.
Oh, terrible temper I had then.
Why don't you go back and start telling the story again, the moment we get intense?
Okay, I think I'm probably over it. We just had a jolly good fight, actually.
You and the master?
Yeah.
Well, he hit you again, you hit him back, I mean, several times?
Yeah, I think he threw me at one stage, actually.
He threw you? Like pushed you across the room or picked you up and...
Well, I don't think he actually picked me up, but he pushed me across the room.
Pushed you across the room?
I think I hit something.
Like a table or chair?
Table or chair or something like that.
Okay.
So I went back at him again.
Uh-huh.
Head down.
Like that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so this fight went on 5 or 10 minutes?
It's seen a fair time, yeah.
Okay.
And then one of the other masters came in and stopped it.
Well, I see emotion about that. Can you put words around that?
No, not really. There is some emotion around it, but...
Okay. Well...
Why? I'm not really sure.
Even
I think I wanted it to stop, actually.
Okay. Well, even though
I wanted to finish it.
even though there's emotion around it,
Even though there's emotion around
and I'm a
it.
5-year-old winning this fight,
And I'm a 5-year-old.
at least I think I am.
Well, I think I could have done.
I didn't want the fight to stop.
I didn't want the fight to
Yet
stop.
another authority came in
Yet another authority came in.
and stopped the whole thing.
Stopped the whole thing.
And there I was, I couldn't speak English.
And there I was, I couldn't speak English.
I had 2 big old adults
I had 2 big old adults.
ganging up on me.
No, I don't think they were ganging up on me, but
Well,
go with it if you want.
go with it.
Involved.
Okay. All right. Involved in the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was in a way powerless.
And I was in a way powerless.
And I wasn't getting my own way.
And I wasn't getting
It was
my
like
way.
them tackling me in rugby like they shouldn't have.
It was like them tackling in rugby like they
I can tackle them. I can go head down with fists flying.
Yeah, I can tackle them.
But they don't have the right to do those things.
They don't have the right to do those things.
Okay. They don't have the right to
They
do
don't have
those
the
things.
right to do those.
They don't have the right to do those. 2 masters got on my case.
2 masters got on.
Or 2 masters were involved.
2 masters were
And
involved.
there was just me, the 5-year-old.
And there's just me, a
5-year-old. Okay. All right. So anyway, go back if you would to where you're having this 5 or 10 minute fight before the other master comes in. Tell the story and then keep going.
We were having a jolly good fight, and I thought I was winning. I don't think I was doing much harm. I was quite a good fighter, I should say, but there was no chance I was going to win, and the master came in and stopped it. Quite nice master, actually.
Uh-huh.
So why am I emotional about it?
I don't know. We don't have to know at the moment, even though I'm emotional about this.
Even though I'm emotional about it.
And don't right now know what it is.
I don't right know why it is.
Maybe my system will tell me.
Maybe my system will tell me.
System tell me.
System tell me.
System
System
tell
tell
me.
me.
System tell me.
Tell me.
System tell me. System tell me. System tell me. System.
System, yeah, okay.
You found it?
Yeah.
Well, okay, but wait a second here. Even though it got to me,
Okay, got to me.
yet another one,
Yeah, another one.
I'm still 5.
I'm still 5.
I deeply, completely accept myself.
I deeply accept myself.
And I have to understand what everybody else is doing out here,
And I have to understand what else is doing out.
which is a big challenge for somebody 5.
Which is a big challenge about somebody who's 5.
It's an impossible challenge for somebody 5,
It's an impossible challenge for somebody who's
but
5.
maybe not at my current age.
But maybe not at my current age.
Okay. The emotion I'm having about this,
The emotion I'm having about
the remaining emotion,
the remaining emotion.
remaining emotion, remaining emotion,
emotion,
remaining emotion,
emotion,
remaining emotion, remaining emotion, remaining emotion,
emotion,
remaining emotion, remaining emotion, remaining emotion, remaining emotion, remaining intensity,
Remaining intensity. Remaining intensity.
remaining intensity,
Remaining intensity. Remaining intensity.
remaining intensity,
Remaining intensity.
Okay.
It's falling quite quickly, actually. 4 or 5.
Okay. But 4 or 5 is probably higher than we need, but compared to where it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did happen?
Well, I was screaming at the first master in Welsh.
Okay. Just stay right there. Just do whatever you're going to do. Okay, you're tuned into it. So.
Yeah, it's a lot better, actually.
Okay.
I was calling him an English pig, actually.
You were calling what?
I was calling him an English pig.
Oh, and you were using the word pig, the English word pig? No, you're doing it in Welsh. Okay, you're calling him. Which one were you calling pig? The one who hit you?
Big one, yeah.
The one who hit you?
Yeah, mock and size.
I didn't hear that word.
Mock and size.
Well, that means pig? Oh,
No,
okay.
it means English pig.
Oh, it means English pig. Oh, I see. Okay.
Bad word for a 4-year-old.
Bad word for a 4-year-old. Okay. Did they know what it meant?
The other master did.
Which is the other master now?
The chap would just come in and stop the fight.
Stop the fight. He knew what it meant.
Yeah.
Did he get on your case for it?
Not really. He was
Okay.
rather nice, actually.
But when you called him an English pig, did you once again violate the writing on your walls? Your father said, "Thou shalt not."
Oh, no, I don't think so. He was an English pig.
Oh, he was an English pig. Okay, why might you have had emotion about it?
I think the motion's the next bit.
The next bit. All right, hang in there with me, okay?
So it's not too bad because the other master could speak Welsh. And he spoke Welsh.
Okay. So now there's a little more comfort. Okay, just hang in there. That's all right. Sometimes we need not say anything because we're already tuned into it, okay? What was the Welsh-speaking master saying to you?
He said, Sudici Cariad.
Okay, can you interpret that?
Are you all right, little one?
Okay. Are you taking that as a sign of somebody caring?
Mm.
Okay. Is that part of the emotion?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Did your parents care for you like that?
In their way.
In their way, but not that way.
Oh, yeah. Not quite that way, no. I had a nana who did that.
You had a nana did that, but not necessarily parents who did that. Okay.
The parents were a bit remote.
How you feel now?
Yeah, I feel all right now, actually.
All right. I'm looking back at my thermometers now, and I see little ones popping up, back there, but I don't see.
No, the film runs on, but they're emotional issues, but then pleasant emotional issues.
Okay. Well, do this if you would. Close your eyes and vividly imagine this. The entire story, and go through it take your time, piece by piece by piece, and each time you get there to the fights and the headmaster that broke it up and so on, and try to get yourself intense. Big pictures, loud sounds, increase everything, exaggerate everything, and tell me where you get, if you get intense, stop.
No, I think I can get right through into the better parts.
And the better parts are?
I had a good time.
You had a good time? At school? Once you learned English?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
this emotion?
Second master, I think that was why.
You got close to him? Okay. Is this emotion I'm hearing now a good emotion or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's a happy.
It's a happy emotion. Yeah. Okay. All right. You know, Tam, I have no idea whether or not this is going to have something to do with you being able to learn Welsh. And we're never going to know.
Well,
we're never going to know until you try it. Okay. But it seems to me we've come to a point where it's probably time to stop. We've done something worthwhile with this intense movie.
Well, I know what happened now.
You know,
it's really terrible when you come to think of it.
Yeah. But I'd be curious sometime, when you try to learn Welsh, if you're running into the same. But what I want to point out though is if you still have difficulty with the Welsh, to me that means there's other issues still. Because there's no logical reason why you couldn't. It has to be an emotional reason. And we've sit here trying to play detective and bring up an emotional reason that could be there. We got one, intense one, lots of pieces to it. We did something with it. We helped collapse it. That may be all you need. Who knows? I thought it was delightful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for sharing all of that.